What's up, guys? This is Trav back again. Thanks for stopping by. On this video, we're going to be starting this tree farm project. Okay, I got some great response from all you guys about that that video a couple videos ago when we were discussing some of the mechanics to automate a tree farm and some of the complexities to it. And I wanted to kind of feel out your guys' response and know whether or not we're ready to dive into a full-blown tutorial. And you guys had an overwhelmingly positive response, and I definitely do appreciate it. I guess I didn't expect it to be such a big deal, but then again, you know, when I look up some of the videos and some of the guides people have on PlayStation tree farms are just little, it's basically a tree and a comparator and an axe, and that's pretty much it. So I feel you. There's a hole there, and we're going to fill that hole by having a good universal tree farm. Now, obviously, this isn't meant for early game. It's not expensive to build, but it's not an early game build. So this will be more mid game for you. But it's going to solve your wood problem, guys. It's going to solve your wood problem. I've been using mine, and it's after running the tree farm, when I stop to cut the logs, I usually end up with like half a shulker box. So, you know, I'll 2 loads and I've got a full chest. Yeah, it's amazing. So I'm going to do the best I can to keep this video short. These videos short. I'm sure it's going to take 2 videos. But I don't want to rush it because I want to make sure that we completely understand all the complexities to it, what the different systems are, what's going on, and so it makes sense to you guys. So that way, if you find problems, you can troubleshoot. If you want to come up with better ways of doing things, or you know, you have a baseline to go off of. That's the important thing, to take away tools that you could use to put in your toolkit instead of just copying and pasting. And if you haven't at this point, if you have not watched my introduction to automated tree farms video, make sure you go back and watch that. Pause this video, go back and watch that, so that way you're ready. You know exactly what we're planning on doing, and you can come back and watch this video, and I will certainly link that in the description. Okay, so in this one, we're going to kind of talk about everything that's going on the bottom. We're going to get to a lot of the redstone stuff for the running the farm. That's what we're going to be doing, and then we'll get on to actually building the height and all the processes there. Okay. Now, to give you kind of an idea of what you're going to need, I've got most things in this double chest here. Now, this is all just roughed. Okay. But if you have all these items, you should be able to get almost all the project done, if not all, and whatever couple random things you might be missing, you'll be able to get. So this will give you a rough idea. So a whole bunch of pistons, you could just screenshot this, whatever. Lamps, some droppers, hoppers. Just kind of look through here. This is about everything you're going to need. Instead of a shulker box, you could use like a barrel. That's fine. Piece of dirt. Some glass, whatever building blocks you want to use, slabs. You're going to want some carpet for walking on, and knowing you guys, you're going to want pretty pink. So a couple of pieces of pink carpet, some light sources of some type. But yeah, this will get you a pretty good idea, and just have a nice clear area to work in. Doesn't have to be done on a perimeter. You can put it wherever you want. Just I would keep it away from, you know, your house, your other farms that are going to be running in the background. So because it's you know, there's a lot of redstone here, and so kind of build it on its own so you don't have to worry about other farms running at the same time. Okay, so with all that being said, we're going to start this thing off and get into how to build the floor part of it, the different redstone processes here, and I'm going to do the best I can, guys. Okay, so let's get started on this thing. Now, here's a flat piece of ground. Put a couple holes in it, and we're going to start a little dropper elevator. 1, 2. Come on, Trav. 1, 2, 3. And then dispenser at the top. And this thing can be replaced for dirt. So let's find some dirt. And that is going to be kind of the center of your farm right there, right? So now what we need to do is kind of wire this thing in. So let's see. We're going to go down to this level. All right, and then we're going to put this here and one there. And then we're going to have redstone coming in, and we'll get to that in a minute. Come down around to that block. Put a block here, so that way it powers that just like that. Okay? Now, what we want to do is we're going to put a couple hoppers in here. We don't want to go crazy with our hoppers yet, because then it's just going to be kind of hard to maneuver in here. Couple hoppers, and they're going to be at this level, right? So to start, let's go a few blocks that way like this. We'll get our starter hoppers in, and there'll be one feed into that, and it's going to come around to this guy like this. Then we can get rid of this. If those are in our way, we'll replace them later. Not a big deal. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to run redstone right up on top of this. All right, and that's going to power the dispenser. So that's how we're going to power all that. So what we do here is around this, we're going to make this a 2x2 shape like this. Put a comparator here, switch it to subtraction, dust, dust. Okay, so that's going to be our little clock that's going to run all this. For now, put a block here and a redstone repeater there. That'll carry the circuit later. And then we're going to have a redstone block here. Go up 1, 2, 3. Delete these. Sticky piston here. So then when we're ready to run the system, no lever, I'm just going to show you. When we're ready to run the system, we're going to turn that on. There's our clock. And when the items get fed into the bottom here, they're all going to get spit out the top. Just like that. And this system is in place because we don't want that dispensing all the time. Only when we're ready and there's a sapling in place. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to carry that over, this pulse here. So we need a block here from that. One down the side. 1, 2, 3. And then let's do some of our slabs. Okay, we can get rid of these for now. There's our slabs. And let's do a slab here. I think that's... No, let's replace this one with a slab. There we go. So let's try this. So this goes like this. And then we're going to have a couple more hoppers here. For now, I don't want to put hoppers all over the place for now. So let's just do this for now. Feed in that way. And you'll thank me. I can fly around in this stuff right now, but in survival mode, those hoppers are going to be all over in your way. So we're going to do that. Perfect. From here, take your building blocks, come up to this height, and go out 1, 2, 3, 4. Put slabs 1, 2, 3 like this, and then we're going to need obsidian. And the obsidian is going to go right here. And this is going to be a little obsidian wall. We'll get to it a little bit. Now, we're going to need dust on the end here like this. Dust there. And this is going to be a pulse extender here. Like this. Lever on the end. Okay, once you have the comparators in, go ahead and put them all into subtraction mode. And this is going to be our main switch for the farm to turn it on. Okay, and that'll extend that over time. That's going to pull that back. And at this point, the rest of the farm is starting to kind of charge up, and it's kind of performing calculations, so to speak. Now, in order for this to get the signal, what we need to do here is we're going to have one more hopper feeding in to this one. And this is going to have a comparator on the top of it. Alright, and this one's also going to be in subtraction mode. And this is going to pull power from over here. So we're going to feed one more hopper. This hopper here is your end hopper. So everything's going to just feed to that. Okay, so we're going to put dust, 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 just like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our normal block, put it up against this. We're going to go down like this, and then what we need is another sticky piston here. And this is what's going to hold either our shulker box or our barrel, like that. And then this is going to have a comparator just like this. So when this thing gets extended, let me see here. When this thing gets extended, depending on how many items are in this, is going to change this calculation here. And we'll get to all that later on. And that's what's going to be controlling the kind of the windows, the timing. And we'll get to that in a little bit. But for now, just have that, and we'll keep going. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to get our signal down from here. Because remember, this is the main power switch. We need to get our signal down from here and to our 6-tick pulse generator. If you remember from the first video, that's going to control the timing on all of our double piston extenders. And then we need to get it to the other kind of assemblies that are going to control timing for all the walls pushing in. So to do that, we're going to take a signal out of the bottom of this obsidian. So we can come underneath it like this with dust. See if I get back here. For now, you're out of here. Get out of there. There we go. We put some dust on it like that. We're going to bring that down here. Let's take a repeater, if I can get into there. Put it there so that way we're not powering this piston with this. This is dust here. This is a normal block here. Okay? And we're going to do a couple things here. I'm going to keep replacing the ground with iron so it's easier to see. We're going to have a repeater coming out of it this way on full delay. We're going to have a repeater coming out of this side with no delay. Okay, and then right here, we're going to take our one of our sticky pistons and put it right there, and then put a normal block on top, creating a monostable circuit. We could do another block on this side here, because this is the one we're going to be standing on when we're working our farm. So for now, let's get you guys this pretty pink carpet, and we can throw that on there just to kind of remind us what that does. Okay, so now we need to get this 6-tick pulse generator in. To do that, we're going to come to this side. And we're going to put 3 slabs in next to 3 full-size blocks and 3 more. So to take that shape, put all 3 of these in here just like in that last video. 1, add 2 to that one. Dust all on here and dust all along there. So let's see what happens if we were to kind of turn this all on. What's it going to do now? Now when a tree is planted, oh, we broke our hopper. Let's put our hopper back with dust on top. Tree is planted. Right there, starts our timer. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, this is the basic operation for the farm to run once. But if you remember on Acacia, because you have those extra branches on the side, and if you remember from the last video on this where we talked about that, the easiest way to handle that is just run the farm twice. The first farm iteration will pull everything from the center, and then all the branches get pushed again to the center, and then the second iteration will once again pull all the branches that were moved to the center. So we need to run the farm twice, and that's what this repeater here is going to control. Alright, so we're going to come around here. Let's get our stuff back again that we need. I'm just going to take a guess here and do something like this. Go with that. Dust here, and then we need to go 1, 2, 3. I'm using these blocks just so it's easier to count here. Just like this. And then put all of these at full pulse length. Now, we don't want this to run the farm twice every single tree, right? We need a switch saying, okay, we're going to run acacias. Let's switch things up so the farm runs twice. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to have a sticky piston here, which is going to push a block into position when turned on so that this pulse gets carried. All right. Now, so what we're going to do here is we're going to have another repeater and keep these on full delay. And then now we need to bring the pulse back around to here. So we're going to do this, another repeater here, full delay, another repeater here, full delay. And then we're going to run another monostable just like this. So what's going to happen is when we flip a switch and say, hey, we're running Acacia, run the farm twice, we do this. So if we take a look at this, we turn it on, we plant a tree, watch the signal, it comes again and runs that again, okay? And we'll take care of all the extra stuff later, but that gives you an idea of what it's doing. So let's break that for now. And the way we're going to operate this is we're going to do, I think 1, 2, 3 pieces of dust here. And then we're going to take a light so we can give ourselves a warning when this is turned on. We're going to put the light here. Go ahead and put your lever on top of that. This is going to have a piece of dust here. And we're going to do a block like this. This block is going to have a torch on it. Let's see, where's my torch? Like that. We'll put a torch here, like this, and then that is going to run a repeater that's going to be powering that. Okay, so watch this. Turn that on. Just like that. That's going to happen. Whew. Okay. This is a lot, guys. This is a lot. No doubt about it. But so far, so good. Now, let me kind of get my bearings here. Figure out what we need to do next. And it's going to be moving the signal up to the walls. I think that's going to be our next step here. So what we need to do is we need to come over here and get ready to carry our signal. So we're going to put a block here and a block here. You could put dust on this one, yeah? And then on this, we're going to, we need a slab. So let's put a slab here like this. And that will carry our dust up like that. Now, what we need is a sticky piston right here. And then this is going to take an observer. Let me get an observer. And this observer is going to be pointing up. Just like that. Now, for this part, we're going to have a full block along the back here, like this. It's going to have a repeater right there, carrying that signal. And that's going to charge 1, 2, 3 blocks, carry the signal on the top. And then this is where it's going to come down to start moving around the farm to the different sides. So we're going to do this. We're going to put a block underneath like that. And a block here like this with the repeater bringing the pulse over, full delay. Block here, 2, I didn't do this right, 1, 2, 3, like that. And then these are going to feed this piston here. So 1, 2, 3, put these on full delay. And then this one needs to be 2 ticks. Click it once. So what's going to happen here is we turn this thing on, it starts the farm, and this is part of the timing sequence. The pulse is going to come through here, it's going to climb this, up and over and down, and this is going to go to 3 of the sides, and then it's going to climb up to this side, and then it's going to delay even further to this. It's going to extend this, charging a block, which is going to run, if you remember, these pistons off to the side, which need to fire last, which is going to remove the wood from this position, and then move it to here, and then push it out of the farm. Okay, so that's kind of how the timing is handled on this. All right. Okay, so what I want to do before we start getting in a lot of the wiring that's going to go out and around the sides, I want us to get some funnels in and some chests in now, because we have access to them. So we're going to want our funnels. I keep calling them that, but that's what they are. They're hoppers and chests. And let's see how we're going to lay this out. The top of the farm, like I said, it's all going to feed into this one, which is going to have a double chest here, which is going to be where all the saplings go. Saplings is going to be sticks, apples, that kind of stuff is all going to go into here. Now, so we need everything to feed to that. So we need to get some hoppers, and along the front here, we're going to go from the dirt. Let's go back 2 more, and then we're going to put 1 right here. And this here is actually going to serve as another double chest if you want, because what this does is, well, I'll show you later. But this one's going to be for if you want this thing to automatically send you saplings, and you can replace this with a dispenser. But for now, we're just going to put a chest here so that spot's taken. And if you want to build that later, you can. Now, all this needs to filter back. So how you get it back to there is kind of up to you. But I'm going to do like this. I'm going to do this. We're just going to feed these like that. We need to come over here. We need to connect all of these ones up like this. Okay, so that gives us our grid for gathering the saplings and produce that drop from the trees. Okay, so with that in, now we need to come up with our hoppers for bone meal. Okay, we need to come up with our hoppers for bone meal. So they're going to come in from underneath here, and they're going to feed into that guy. Let's see if we can do this. Not quite. Let me just get rid of this for now. There we go. Let's put this slab back and this dust back. See, this is why I want to get these things in before it starts getting way too complicated here. Okay, so what we're going to do from here is we're going to bring this side out 1 there. And this side out 3. Like that. So it's going to be 5 hoppers long. And along the ends, we're going to have it with the chest like that. Chest half on, half off. Just like that, okay? And on this side, let's see here. Yeah, on this side, we could start to build. This is just going to be a giant chest tower, pretty much. It's going to go like this all the way up. So survival mode, you would just be hopping your way up like this. What I do with this one is, oops. Okay, I'm out of practice. There. And this is going to continue all the way up. So for simplicity's sake, or if you'd rather, you could just bring a bunch of dirt and a shovel, and you could just pillar your way up, right? And we're going to do that. What am I doing here? And this took me a few days to fill these, well, as much bone meal as I had on me at the time, a bunch. It takes a long time because you feed it all from the top. And it's got to drain all the way down. And so total, this thing's going to be 16 chest high starting from down there. So let's see what we're at right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12. One thing I always wish we had is if they gave us just a skin pack to where you could see which way these things were pointing. Same with observers. Just easy. Like they have on PC. What are we at, guys? 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So I think that's the top. We're going to do it once more. Now you can you could go with just that one if you want, but if you're going to be doing a whole bunch of tree cutting, you might as well put this other one in, or at least get this one started. So once this area is kind of closed in, it's not such a pain getting in here. So this one you're going to start the same way, but then here you're going to turn it like this, and then it's going to feed this way. And then you're going to carry that all the way up. Wow, okay, so now that we have those towers in place, we could start bringing the wiring around the sides of them, since that stuff's taken care of. So off of this, let's carry the pulse. Let's go 8 slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. Okay, and then we're just doing that so we don't power any hoppers. Let's put another one there and a block on top. You obviously don't need that one there, but it looks nice. Now, we're going to put a repeater on here, and this is going to be just dust coming across. Keep everything the way I make it. Don't try to do rails or repeaters unless you know exactly what you're doing, because you'll change timings. And we're going to put a torch up here. Okay, and from here, let's go ahead and get some more slabs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I believe we're going to need here. And we need to put a repeater here so the dust doesn't connect. So it'll be 3 there. It'll be 2 here, and with the same thing here, we need a repeater here. And then now this is going to start climbing up. So we can do this. We can do it again. And we can do it one more time. And that's going to start climbing up like this. Back here on this torch, you're going to put a block over top of that and one more torch on this block. Just like that. Over on this side, take a block, a repeater, full delay, feeding into another block. Just like that. Okay, so that's kind of going to be the start, the wiring that's going to go up to the walls on those sides. So let's come back to this side and get this one ready. And for this, all we need to do is we're going to put a slab here with 2 full blocks. No, that slab needs to go up. Yes, it does. That slab needs to go here with 2 full blocks like this. Off this one, have 1 more block like that, and 1 more actually, so 2. So this is going to have 2 repeaters here, no delay. We're going to have dust on top of this. There's going to be dust on all of these. So this is going to send a pulse up a slab elevator, which is going to power. These are going to be the walls that's run all those double pistons all the way on that side. And then what we're going to do here is this is going to go up 1 and over 1. And this is going to power the pistons that are going to push things to the side. And we'll place those down here in a little bit. And then the way this pulse gets carried up here is that we do a up here, Where do I want this? Right here. This is going to be another little slab elevator. So that's going to come up like this. So that's going to be kind of how this all connects. And then this will go like that. This needs to be a slab too. Only the bottom will be full box. So it'll go like this. So that's going to be how that pulse is carried up. Okay, I could see one thing I want to change real quick before we get too far ahead of ourselves and before we wrap up this video. These need to be opposite of what they are, these comparators. We need to send the pulse into the obsidian. So spin that around. And if we've done that right, that should energize all this. This stuff's all going to be energized by default. So when the machine is off. And then when we flip this, watch for the signal to delay. Everything is ready. And this recedes, so it's ready. So when a tree grows, it starts the timer. And if we want this on, the farm runs twice. Once. Twice. And everything starts over. And then we turn the farm off here by setting power to everything. Okay. Okay, guys, so I think we're pretty much going to wrap it up here for this episode, because we've got quite a bit done. There's a lot here. You guys have some homework if you're going to build this. You can get all this going, and that way you're ready for the next video when we go over getting all of our walls up and getting everything else put in place. Okay, so there's a lot going on here, and I just want to quickly recap on what is happening with this system so it's absolutely clear to everybody. So when we come into the farm, it's going to be in this state. Alright, and this is going to be extended. When we're ready to turn this thing on, we're going to flip this. Did I just flip that twice? We're going to flip this, and that's going to depower this stuff down here because of this pulse extender. Okay, now that this stuff's all reset, our dispensers and hopper elevator turns on. So that way it's ready. It's ready to dispense once the sapling's moved in or put in place. And then once the sapling grows, then the signal here is going to be bud powered through it, carried over to here, which is going to energize this obsidian block, which is going to send the signal down, strengthen the signal, and send it down, energizing this block. We're going to pull that signal out, and then that's going to pick off that monostable switch, which is going to start our 6-tick pulse generator, which is going to then have that pulse carried to all the sides to run all the double pistons. And the only thing different, let me turn this off so we can hear it. The only thing different is when we're doing Acacia, we're going to come back here, flip this switch, okay? We don't care how much is being measured because we need this farm to run twice no matter what, which is going to allow a second pulse to be carried over to the monostable. So if we turn this thing on to the monostable, which is going to fire the 6-tick pulse generator again. All this stuff resets. A tree is planted. The first signal is going to come through here, fire once, running the 6-tick pulse generator, and then after a long period, which gives the farm enough time to pull the first load out of the farm, then it's going to fire again, which is going to grab all the branches that were pushed to the center. So if we kind of take a look here, trees planted, first monostable goes up, second monostable goes up, running the second pulse to the farm. And then after all that's measured, then this thing restarts and you're ready to plant another tree. So I hope that kind of gives you guys an idea of how this system works. Everything else we've done at this point is just to carry the pulse to the different parts of the farm. To this wall, that will be that third wall, and this up here is going to run this wall, and then this part here with delay is going to run the little piston sets, which are going to pull the wood out of the farm and then push it away. So that's what all that does. So a lot of stuff, guys, a lot of stuff. If you followed along with this so far, congratulations. I do appreciate you guys tuning into this. It makes it where it's not weird for me to just sit here and talk into a microphone. Next time we're going to get everything else in place, or at least that's the plan. So I hope you look forward to that. Stay tuned. We'll get to it. Good luck with this, guys. If you do have any questions, okay, just let me know. All right. Once again, this is Trav. Please don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe for future technical content on the PlayStation, and hit that little notification bell so you know when I upload the next video, which is going to be, should be, the next part of this. So, until next time, bye for now.